Hi, I'm Karie-Lee. Thanks for joining me. There are a lot of things that you want to think about when you're getting started doing push-ups. And actually, there are lots of different techniques and variations on push-ups that benefit you in all different ways, but there are some wrong things to safeguard against so that you don't injure yourself and do more harm than good when you're doing a push-up. So the first thing I want to talk about is your wrists. And it is, moving your hand as far back into a kind of extreme position and then bearing all your weight on your wrist. So first of all, what you can try is to warm up your wrists. And we think about warming up our arms and our shoulders and every other kind of workout that we do to prevent injury. But sometimes we don't think about our wrists, and it is really a factor when you go to start doing a push-up. For the first few times, you may really feel it in your wrist. Warming up is one way to help reduce any discomfort. Another way, if that still doesn't help you, I know some guys that want to toughen up their knuckles so they can punch people will do push-ups on their fists. And that will save your wrists, but it hurts your knuckles. So another alternative is to get some weights. It's perfect to keep your wrist in a straight position and keep your knuckles off the floor. You can use these weights, and then later you can do, other sorts of exciting things with the weight. If you're having trouble with your wrists, also, you don't want to you want to have a mat or do it on the carpeting. You don't want to just do this on the hard floor. If you're starting out and you need to begin this on your knees, a hard floor is another way that you can hurt yourself. Another thing that you want to safeguard when you are starting in to do push-ups is your back. So whether you're starting on your feet or if you're going to try it on your knees, you want to make sure that you don't let your back arch. Sometimes people will collapse into the small of your back, and it's not just that isn't good form, it's going to strain your back and cause you some lower back pain. So you want to safeguard against that by pulling your abs in, supporting with your core, and actually keep your glutes tight and do a little, rather than letting your pelvis be tilted this way, do a pelvis tuck under, and that is going to support your back. The thing that you want to protect when you start doing push-ups is your neck. And if you watch my other video where I talk about my whole journey of how I'm struggling to start doing push-ups, I actually pulled muscles in my neck, and I had to stop doing them for a while because I was doing them wrong. So here's something I learned from experience. It's good form to keep your neck in line with your spine, but you want to not let tension get into your neck. So as I'm doing push-ups, I take a break to breathe, I take a break to release my neck. You can also protect your neck by making sure that you are including your back in your push-up exercises. So when you go down, you actually want your scapular area to contract, and then you spread out as you come up. So keeping the work into your back will prevent you from getting strain and stress. And actually, I pulled muscles all the way up the back of my head into my neck. So those are some things to watch out for. Now, as we start out with some steps to get you ready to begin doing your full-on push-ups, you don't have the upper body strength to lower yourself down to the ground. You can just work on gaining strength in your back. So what I'm doing here is I'm just sinking down in my shoulders so that my scapula come together, and then pressing up with my shoulders, and so you don't bend your elbows. You're just working on gaining upper body strength that you need to then progress to the next level, which will include your arms. So you can do this either on your knees, and when you feel stronger, go to your feet.
This is going to be excellent for tightening up your back as well and getting rid of, as we all know, back flab and bra bulge, everything that happens behind you.
Another thing that you can do on your way to doing a full-on push-up, and you can start this on your knees, is just going down to your forearms and lifting back up. So that kind of divides the weight between one arm and the other.
So this is another step in building shoulder strength as you progress to bending your elbows. And this is also excellent for your triceps. As you go down and come back up, you can work on your toes or on your knees. So now we are doing what they call a reverse push-up, which means you're just lowering down and then you skip pushing back up. You can hoist yourself up and lift your bum, which takes you out of the plank position, but it's building your strength on the lowering part, which is an important stepping stone to the strength that you need to do a full-on push-up. So you keep your elbows, practice keeping your elbows in close to your body and your hands right beneath your shoulders. Again, this will engage your core and working the triceps really well. You can also try this on your toes.
So the next thing that you can try is, now we've only gone down, you can try only going halfway up. If you use something to help support your weight.
So clearly the challenging part of a push-up is the up part. So now we're going to start working on the lift, but only from halfway down. So this is good because it's keeping you in the full extended out to your feet position, which is strengthening to your core, but you can use the pillows or a basketball or whatever you want to put underneath your chest to rest on as you only go halfway down. And again, keep your neck loose.
So that is another option for an intermediate movement. Another good option is to do push-ups against a wall.
So you can start out as close to the wall as you would like, and you're just bearing partial weight on your arms as you feel stronger. Move your feet further away. Remember to keep all the form that we talked about before. My elbows need to be closer here. There we go. Push-ups are a key way to reclaim your saggy arms because they reach that third part of the tricep, which is behind your arms. It's actually connected to your scapula. So you're only going to be working on the bat wing if you are doing a muscle that is a combined motion of your elbow and your shoulder, which is exactly what
So
push-ups.
ideally you were progressing to a lower and lower level until you are using all your fabulous technique. You can sometimes.
So now we are just 4 or 5 inches away from doing a full-on push-up down to the floor, but this last, just the few inches here, will really enable you to work on your form and gain that last bit of stamina and strength that you need to do a full-on push-up. This is really a step ahead. You should be really proud of yourself every step of the way as you are moving ahead in your fitness. Every step is a gain.
When you get to the point where you are going to do them full on, make sure that you have your fingers pointing straight ahead on the floor and that you're driving back into your heels. Your stomach is pulled in tight. Tuck your pelvis just a little, which engages your glutes. And remember to use your scapular motion to keep the tension out of your neck.
So in order to isolate that particular part of the tricep muscle that will lift the back of your arm, which is where the bat wings happen, you have to keep your elbows in close to your sides. And this is really challenging, especially if that muscle is so unused that it's hanging, drooping down. You have to, but you can work up to it. And this has made all the difference in my arms. I share my journey on getting back in touch with the backs of my arms, and it took learning how to do proper push-ups, keeping the elbows close to my sides, and as I said, I could not do one. I tried various times, pulled muscles in the back of my neck. I also got COVID, and so I had to quit doing them for about 3 weeks and start all over. But I started again and built my way back up. So remember I do push-ups. I aim to do them every day, but realistically it happens 3 or 4 times a week. You have to keep at it in order to maintain the stamina. And I always have a number in my head that I'm aiming for, which is usually 20. So they say work till exhaustion, but if I don't have a number, I find out I get exhausted sooner. So I keep working toward that number. And that's so strengthening and so rewarding and so effective. Good luck.
Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope that you got some benefit and some good information, some inspiration for getting going on your arms and get going on your push-ups. Trust me, they work. Remember to stay with it, keep working. Be sure to like and subscribe and share this with someone you know. I would love it if you would leave me a comment below. Let me know how you're doing with getting fabulous arms. Have a great week.